Questioner says, are you happy? Maharaj says, in your world, I would be most miserable. To wake up, to eat, to talk, to sleep again, what a bother. Questioner says, so you do not want to live even? Maharaj says, to live, to die. What meaningless words are these? When you see me alive, I am dead. When you think me dead, I am alive. How muddled up you are. Yeah, because you have a belief that you were born with this body, yeah, and you will die with this body. He has no such beliefs. That doesn't exist. Yeah, the consciousness is never born. It never dies. That is why I told you this morning. The name is Anadi, Ananta. Anadi, beginningless. Ananta, endless. Consciousness was never born. Consciousness can never die. And this is the proof that you are consciousness, that you never remember your birth. Is there anybody who can say, yes, I remember my birth? Because you were never born. That's why you cannot remember your birth. Clear? And you cannot even die. That which is not born, how can it die? Yeah? So you were never born. You will never die. There is no concept of birth and death in Maharaj's world. It only exists in this world of the Vyakti, of the person. Yeah? Here there is the concept of birth and death. That is why Maharaj says all this story is only to live, to die. What meaning? There is no meaning to these words. When you see me alive, I am dead. Yeah, means in this Vyakti that you see. Yeah, Maharaj is talking about the body mind that was speaking to them. When you see this alive, you think this is alive. I am dead. And what you see me as dead, what I really am, that is what is real life. I am alive. So questioners like, how indifferent you are. All the sorrows of our world are nothing to you. Maharaj says, I am quite conscious of your troubles. Questioner says, then what are you doing about them? Maharaj says, there is nothing I need to do. They come and they go. Questioner says, do they go by the very act of your giving them attention? Maharaj says, yes. The difficulty may be physical, emotional or mental, but it is always individual. Large-scale calamities are the sum of numberless individual destinies and take time to settle. But death is never a calamity. So questioner is very confused. Even when a man is killed, so Maharaj says the calamity is of the killer. Questioner is totally confused. And he says, still it seems there are two worlds, mine and yours. Maharaj says, mine is real, yours is of the mind. So now questioner is really upset, but he's saying it nicely. You can see this. Imagine a rock and a hole in the rock and a frog in the hole. The frog may spend its life in perfect bliss, undistracted, undisturbed. Outside the rock, the world goes on. If the frog in the hole were told about the outside world, he would say, there is no such thing. My world is of peace and bliss. Your world is a word structure only. It has no existence. It is the same with you. When you tell us that our world simply does not exist, there is no common ground for discussion. Or take another example. I go to a doctor and I complain of stomachache. He examines me and says, you are all right. But it pains, I say. Your pain is mental, he asserts. I say it does not help me to know that my pain is mental. You are a doctor, cure me of my pain. If you cannot cure me, you are not my doctor. Maharaj says what? Only one word. Quite right. Right, you are right. No argument. Yes, you are right. Then maybe he calms down a little bit and he says, You have built the railroad for lack of a bridge. No train can pass. Build the bridge, he's telling Maharaj. Build the bridge. Maharaj says there's no need of a bridge. You know what he's talking about, huh? Bridge between this person's world and Maharaj's world. He's talking, I had to build a bridge. Maharaj says no need of a bridge. So questioner says there must be some link between your world and mine. Maharaj says there is no need of a link between a real world and an imaginary world, for there cannot be any. Please highlight. Most important. There is no need of a link between a real world and an imaginary world, for there cannot be any. Nothing to explain here, really. It's not possible. Questioner says, so what are we to do? Maharaj says, investigate your world. Apply your mind to it. Examine it critically. Scrutinize every idea about it. That will do. Haven't you been doing this since yesterday now? Yeah. So please highlight that little part as your homework from Maharaj. Investigate the world. Apply your mind to it. Third, examine it critically and scrutinize every idea about it. The asmita, the mamata, the karta and the bhokta. Every little idea. Now this is a lazy man. He says the world is too big for investigation. All I know is that I am. The world is. The world troubles me and I trouble the world. At least he's honest. Maharaj says, my experience is that everything is bliss. But the desire for bliss creates pain. Thus, bliss becomes the seed of pain. The entire universe of pain is born of desire. Give up the desire for pleasure and you will not even know what is pain. It's a master key. Huh? Give up what? Give up the desire for pleasure and you will not know pain. How do you give up? Yes, simply witness. By saying, I don't want, it is still a want. Are you seeing this? Yeah? So he's not saying, say don't want. Just be a witness to what is. Whatever is the flow. Yeah? Not jumping into it and grabbing it, not pushing it away. What is. Yeah? Not wanting to change what is the meaning of not desiring. What is? It is so. Not wanting anything to change is the meaning of giving up the desire for pleasure. So if a painful event comes your way, so be it. It's okay. What is. Yeah? Whatever happens, what is. Not having the desire to change what comes. That means not desiring for pleasure. So the questioner asks, why should pleasure be the seed of pain? Maharaj says, because for the sake of pleasure, you are committing many sins, and the fruits of sins are suffering and death. Questioner says, you say the world is of no use to us, only a tribulation. I feel it cannot be so. God is not such a fool. The world seems to me a big enterprise for bringing the potential into actual, matter into life, the unconscious into full awareness. To realize the Supreme, we need the experience of the opposites. Just as for building a temple, we need stone, mortar, wood, iron, glass, tiles. So, for making a man into a divine sage, a master of life and death, one needs the material of every experience. As a woman goes to market, buys provisions of every sort, comes home, cooks, bakes, and feeds her Lord, so we bake ourselves nicely in the fire of life and feed our God. So Maharaj says, well, if you think so, act on it. Feed your God, by all means. So questioner says, a child goes to school and learns many things, which will be of no use to it later, but in the course of learning, it grows. So do we pass through experiences without number and forget them all, but in the meantime, we grow all the time. And what is a jnani but a man with a genius for reality? This world of mine cannot be an accident. It makes sense. There must be a plan behind it. My God has a plan. Maharaj says, if the world is false, then the plan and its creator are also false. He throws in punchlines like that. Yeah, so you become very clear that yes, this is illusory, this is all illusory. Then recognize very clearly all your religious conditioning, all your spiritual conditioning, all of it is part of that illusion. All of it. There is something in you that knows the truth. Otherwise, how would you recognize it the moment Maharaj says something? You recognize it because you already knew. You had just forgotten. You have buried the truth. So if the world is false, then the plan and its creator are also false. Now he gets angry again. Again you deny the world. There is no bridge between us. Maharaj says there is no need of a bridge. Your mistake lies in your belief that you were born. You were never born, nor will you ever die. But you believe that you were born at a certain date and place, and that a particular body is your own. See, you're hearing this directly from Maharaj. Yeah? You were never born, you will never die. Yes, he's telling you directly. The questioner says, the world is, I am. These are facts. Maharaj says, why do you worry about the world before taking care of yourself? You want to save the world, don't you? Can you save the world before saving yourself? And what means being saved? Saved from what? From illusion. Salvation is to see things as they are. I really do not see myself related to anybody and anything, not even to a self. Please highlight this. I really do not see myself related to anybody and anything, not even to a self, whatever that self may be. I remain forever undefined. I am within and beyond, intimate and unapproachable. Yeah? So he has completely identified with nothingness, not related to anybody, he was a married man with kids, a shop and all, you know this, right? So he doesn't see himself related to that family, to the kids, to the shop, or to whatever little he had made. Not related to anyone, not related to anything. Clear? That is the ultimate goal. That's where I have to get. Then I know I am completely free of asmita. What was asmita? I-ness. I-ness. Yes, that I-ness will completely drop. Yeah? You agree to be nobody. You agree to be nothing. Then you have reached primordial awareness. I am not. Yeah. So I hope you've highlighted that. I really do not see myself related to anybody and anything, not even to a self, whatever that self may be. I remain forever undefined. That is the key. Nothingness does not have a definition, no form, no name. Yeah? Even if you call it nothingness, it's just a word that mind has given. It's not really its name. Because it doesn't have a name, you say, okay, nothingness. I am within and beyond, intimate and unapproachable. Intimate and unapproachable. When you're intimate with somebody, you're intimate with a beloved, you're very approachable. Yeah, the beloved can come and open up to you because you're very intimate friends, close friends, right? Who is the person who's unapproachable? He's not intimate. He cannot be intimate. Now he's putting two opposites together. I am intimate yet unapproachable because I am nothingness. How can you approach nothingness? Till you are the Vyakti, you can never come to the Avyakta. Vyakti cannot approach the Avyakta. Yet Vyakti is nothing else other than the Avyakta. So it's intimate. You are me only. Yet Vyakti cannot approach the Avyakta. Unapproachable. Questioner asks, how did you come to it? Maharaj says, by my trust in my Guru. He told me, you alone are, and I did not doubt him. I was merely puzzling over it until I realized that it is absolutely true. So questioner says, conviction by repetition means just by repeating what the Guru told you. Is that the way you got there? He says, no, by self-realization. Please highlight. What is the difference? Conviction by self-realization and conviction by repetition. What is the difference? Yes, repetition is only intellectual. You believe me, I am your Guru. I am giving you this word. Now you keep repeating it. You will get there. Yeah? This is belief, blind belief, superstition. This is really. By realization, his Guru was very smart. He took him there through self-realization. Yeah? Through the direct path, through the experiential seeing, S-E-E-I-N-G. Through experiential seeing, he took him there. So he didn't get conviction by repetition, he got conviction by self-realization. So the external Guru served only as a stepping stone to the internal Guru. Yeah? And Maharaj got there by self-realization. Yeah? You have to distinguish between these two types. This is the type which is the spiritual shopkeeper. Chant the mantra for 10 years. Yeah? Income for 10 years. Steady income. And this is the hidden income. You don't need it from the waking world. This is self-realization. Yeah? Okay. By self-realization, I found that I am conscious and happy absolutely. And only by mistake I thought I owed being consciousness bliss to the body and the world of bodies. Yeah? He's telling you exactly what happened at his self-realization in one sentence. I found that I am conscious and happy absolutely. That's what happened at his self-realization. He realized I am Satchidananda, pure consciousness, bliss. And by mistake, he had imparted that being consciousness and bliss to the body. That is what he's saying. In one line, very simple, he's telling him, this is a mistake. Thinking this is who I am is a mistake. Yeah? And the only self-realization is recognizing I am not the Vyakti, I am the Avyakta. Questioner says, you are not a learned man. You have not read much. And what you read or heard did perhaps not contradict itself. I am fairly well educated and I have read a lot. And I found that books and teachers contradict each other hopelessly. Hence, whatever I read or hear, I take it in a state of doubt. It may be so, it may not be so, is my first reaction. And as my mind is unable to decide what is true and what is not, I am left high and dry with my doubts. In yoga, a doubting mind is at a tremendous disadvantage. Now he's finally talking about himself and finally telling him that I take it with a pinch of salt, whatever you're talking about, your world versus my world. Yeah. So at least he's opening up now. After a lot of argument, he started opening up. Maharaj says, I am glad to hear it. But my Guru too taught me to doubt everything and absolutely. He said, deny existence to everything except yourself. Through desire, you have created the world with its pains and pleasures. Last line is about projection. You have projected your own world through your desire. And what is the lesson? Deny existence to everything except the self. What is the self? Witness consciousness, the sense of I am. Deny existence to everything else. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, the world of people, situations, things, this body, all of it. Deny existence. There's only one thing, sense of I am. So Maharaj says, I'm glad to hear it, but my Guru too taught me to doubt everything and absolutely. He said, deny existence to everything except yourself. Through desire, you have created the world with its pains and pleasures. So he's talking about projection. So questioner says, must it also be painful? He wants only a pleasant projection. He doesn't want pain. So Maharaj says, what else? By its very nature, pleasure is limited and transitory. Transitory means it's constantly changing. Yeah? It's temporary. It lasts only for a short time. So pleasure is limited and transitory by its very nature. Out of pain, desire is born. In pain, it seeks fulfillment. And it ends in the pain of frustration and despair. Pain is the background of pleasure. All seeking of pleasure is born in pain and ends in pain. So beautifully said. Yeah, what is he saying? There is only a base of pain. Okay? Because there is pain. Why is the pain there? Because everything is transitory. What does the ego want? The mind wants? Permanence and confirmation that I exist. Validation. I am permanent. I am not temporary. It wants that. But that is a lie. That's not the truth. The truth itself is everything is temporary. It's constantly changing, temporary. This is the truth. Yeah? So, where is desire born out of? No, I don't want to see this truth. So, because this truth is painful, I don't want to see this truth. So, I want permanency. Desire is born out of that pain. The pain of not wanting to see the truth. Yeah? When it lives in that pain, that desire, I want permanent relationships, I want permanent happiness, I want a permanent house, everything permanent. It's living in that pain. But what does it get? Frustration and despair, because nothing is permanent. And finally the desire ends. Where does it end? In the same pain that it did not get anything. Clear? I'll read that out now again. Out of pain, desire is born. In pain, it seeks fulfillment, and it ends in the pain of frustration and despair. Pain is the background of pleasure. All seeking of pleasure is born in pain and ends in pain. What is the truth? Let's start with the truth. What is the truth? Impermanency is the truth. What does the ego want? Permanency. So, want means what? Desire. Where is the desire born? In the pain of impermanency. This desire of permanency is born. Where does it keep seeking fulfillment? In the same pain, in the same truth of impermanency, the desire is seeking, oh, may it become permanent. Oh, the next one will become permanent. I will run after that and that will become permanent. This will become permanent. But does it become permanent? Has anything become permanent? Nothing is permanent. The now is changing. Everything is changing, moment to moment to moment. Finally, this desire gets frustrated and it dies. So where does it die? In the same truth that everything is impermanent, in the same pain. So desire is born in pain, it seeks fulfillment in pain, and it dies in pain. So the background of every pleasure is pain. What is pleasure really? It's a belief in the mind that I will get something permanent. So the desire is born. The desire for pleasure is only a desire. You never really get it. It's like that mirage you keep running behind. The more you run behind it, the light on the sand, the sunshine on the sand keeps moving further away. Yeah, as a kid, did you ever play chasing your own shadow? Could you ever catch it? You can never catch your own shadow. It's exactly like that. Exactly like that. Pleasure cannot be caught. You cannot tag pleasure because it doesn't exist. There is only pain. The world is only pain. Yeah? The ego still wants to say, no, but I have this. I'm very happy. Are you seeing that? Yeah? Came up? No, I have this. And this has been with me few years at least. I hope it will be till I die. Whatever, money, name, fame, you wrote a book, whatever you have. The little thing that, your little company that you started, your little business. Really? See you in 10 years. Tell me then. Yeah, it is only a hankering of the ego that this should be permanent. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. That same thing that you thought is giving me pleasure, suppose a relationship, a beloved relationship. Oh, this is my love, my pleasure. Doesn't that same person become a tiger sometimes and the same person becomes a butterfly sometimes? From the same person you're getting pleasure, from the same person you're getting pain. But ego wants to, in this situation, say what? No, there is only pleasure there. But that's again lies. Again, it's pushing the truth under the carpet. Is that clear? Yeah? समझ आ गया? कैसे पेन में ही जन्मता है, पेन में ही पलता है और पेन में ही मर जाता है. प्लेजर होता ही नहीं है. समझ आया? कैसे कहा उन्होंने? You want permanent pleasure. You don't get permanent pleasure. You want to keep eating. Stomach says, "Bas, stop. I cannot take this." Tongue still wants. Why? It's seeking pleasure on the bed of pain. The bed of pain for it is impermanency. And that cannot change. It keeps thinking, okay, now this time this will be permanent. That will be permanent. So it's running behind name, fame, power, whatever, relationships, second relationship, third relationship. Marry 4 times, 5 times, see how much joy do you get. Oh, no. When you do all the running around, then you realize, oh, it's not there. It's not there. Then when you get fed up and when you give up, that is called Vairagya. Now I'm done. I'm not going to run behind anything. Even if it's something new that I've not run behind before, I know there is no joy there. That complete, I'm done, the feeling of I am done, that is Vairagya, Parama Vairagya. Then that instantly builds the bridge to the other side. Instant. Because in every wave, the truth is right in your face that it is, it's impermanent, it's transient, it's temporary. Yeah? Look, that's why he says you look very deep, examine critically. You're not examining critically. You're just looking at the big bank balance, okay? But you're not examining critically to maintain that so much stress you're going through. Solid amount of stress. Maintaining the house, maintaining the car, maintaining the investments, the little bit market goes up and down. See how you start getting a heart attack? There constant stress is there, constant, but you're hiding that. You're hiding the truth. You're faking it. There is constant pain in this world. Yeah? The Maharaja said in a previous chapter, the mind cannot be happy, period. I've done a self-exploration also on it. If you've not done it, then that should be the first one you should get to. Yeah? The mind cannot be happy.
I go along with the word calling. Jhota hai to kya hua mera.
Very nice. What he said is, I'm going along with the world, even if it is a lie, so what? At least it's my lie. What's the point? How long? How long? One day you will stop chasing your own shadow. One day. You'll be done with it. Yeah? That is called Vairagya. That's when we get to Maharaja's world. Instant bridges built. So I'll read that again. By its very nature, pleasure is limited and transitory. Out of pain, desire is born. In pain, it seeks fulfillment, and it ends in the pain of frustration and despair. Pain is the background of pleasure. All seeking of pleasure is born in pain and ends in pain. Questioner says, all you say is clear to me, but when some physical or mental trouble comes, my mind goes dull and grey or seeks frantically for relief. Maharaj says, what does it matter? It is the mind that is dull or restless, not you. That is very important. It is the mind that is dull or restless, not you. Look, all kinds of things happen in this room. Do I cause them to happen? No, they just happen. So it is with you. The role of destiny unfolds itself and actualizes the inevitable. You cannot change the course of events, but you can change your attitude, and what really matters is the attitude and not the bare event. He said, see, so many things happen in this room. Do I cause them to happen? No, I don't cause them to happen. Similarly, so many things will happen at this Vyakti Vishwa level, at the body, mind, person, in the world level. Do I cause them to happen? No, I, the witness, only know I do not cause them to happen. Yes? So the mind is grey and dull, not me. Yeah? Whatever happens, happens to the mind. The mind is happy. The mind is unhappy. The mind is jumpy right now and excited. Oh, the mind is depressed. Mind is depressed, not you. This is something that you must take down as homework. Can I recognize this? Yes, and this body mind is going according to the pattern. Like I told you today, the behavior will follow the attitude after a delay. Witness consciousness's attitude has changed, but the behavior of the body mind is continuing on based on its past patterns still. So this body mind objects, argues in a situation. Oh, the mind is in an arguing mode, not me. The mind is unhappy, not me. The mind is grey and dull, not me. Instant recognition, that moment. Here, this is your training ground. This is your next task. Can I stand away as the witness and recognize that right now, whatever is happening is not me? Whatever it is. Like for me right now, Ekta is speaking, not me. I've been telling you this since day one, I think now. Yeah? So when, for example, you're in silence, so you're not speaking, but you can walk. Saying, oh, the body mind is in motion, not me. This recognition is very important. Yeah? This body mind is eating lunch, dinner, whatever, breakfast, not me. This body mind is sleeping on the bed, not me. This constant recognition should be there. Constant recognition, 24/7. Yeah? So he gives you the same word that I've given you, attitude. He says you cannot change the course of events, but you can change your attitude. And what really matters is the attitude and not the event. The event is not important. You're walking, you're eating, whatever, lying down. The event is not important. The body mind is upset, angry, depressed, missing beloved ones, whatever is going on. Oh, the story belongs to this. Yeah, not me. The instant recognition, again and again recognizing it, moment to moment. For example, right now, the body mind person is making notes, not me. Right now you can take the stand of the witness and observe that the body mind is taking notes on a previous command of take notes. It has to complete its task. Shelf life, it has to complete. There is obviously a delay between attitude and behavior. So what is Maharaj saying? What is more important? Attitude, not this behavior, not the course of events. This is exactly what we do in the Gurukul journal. Exactly. Yeah? So when they actually go through, yes, this wisdom point, I see it, I am so clear about it. But again I got into an argument. Relax, that's the body mind, that is not you. Yeah? The behavior will follow. Just hang on till the attitude and behavior fall into the same line. Till that time you have to train the body mind. The Vyakti is a little slow, like I told you. It's the slow child of the family. Yeah? Whatever the course of events are, they are just happening through this medium. I am not the doer of them. I'm not even experiencing them. This is simply a medium. Like a tap is the medium for water to flow through it. Water flows through it. That does not mean the tap is the one responsible for the water. No. Simply a medium. Wire is simply a medium for electricity to flow through it. Like that. This body-mind complex, this entire thing is a medium for this to flow. Whatever is flowing in, whatever course of events are going on. simply a medium. Stay with that truth. It's a medium. It's a medium. Moment to moment, you can't say, okay, I get it now. Tomorrow morning, back to the same belief. I am the body one. No point. Moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Again and again being in that recognition. Yes? The world is the abode of desires and fears. You cannot find peace in it. Please highlight. For peace, you must go beyond the world. The root cause of the world is self-love. Because of self-love, we seek pleasure and we avoid pain. Replace self-love by love of the self and the picture changes. Perfect. Yeah? Replace self-love by love of the self and the picture changes. Brahma, the creator, is the sum total of all desires. The world is the instrument for their fulfillment. Souls take whatever pleasure they desire and pay for them in tears. Please highlight. If you take pleasure, what will you have to pay it back with? Tears. Simple. Very simple. Do you want to pay with tears? Then don't run after pleasure. It's okay if I don't get pleasure. Simple. You can't say, no, I want pleasure also, but I don't want tears. No. Time squares all accounts. The law of balance reigns supreme. Yeah, balance between pleasure and pain reigns supreme. Questioner: to be a superman, one must be a man first. Manhood is the fruit of innumerable experiences. Desire drives to experience. Hence, at its own time and level, desire is right. See, he's justifying still. So Maharaj says, all this is true in a way, but a day comes when you have amassed enough and must begin to build. Then sorting out and discarding, which is using Viveka Vairagya, are absolutely necessary. Everything must be scrutinized and the unnecessary must be ruthlessly destroyed. Believe me, there cannot be too much destruction. For in reality, nothing is of value. Be passionately dispassionate. That is all. Be passionately dispassionate towards this world. That's the only way to work. How you're so determined to run behind that money, to run behind that beautiful woman or that handsome hunk. How you were like so passionate about getting that success, about getting that power, name, fame. 10 times more passion for being dispassionate towards all of it now. Passionately dispassionate. Don't care. Yeah? And everything must be scrutinized and the unnecessary ruthlessly destroyed. Highlight. Till I don't destroy it, there is no way up there. I cannot get to the other world.
And in the next line, there won't be much destruction.
There cannot be too much destruction. Means how much ever you destroy is less. How much ever you destroy is less. You've not done enough. You've not destroyed enough. No, but he's saying how much ever means destroy this idea of I get pleasure from relationships, I get pleasure from money, I get pleasure from this title, I get pleasure from being an Advaitan teacher, I get pleasure from studying this scripture, that book, that sage. Everything is illusion. Destroy it all. Become passionately dispassionate. All of the waking world, pick it up and put it in a trash bin. I am done. The entire waking world and the waker in the trash bin. This is the meaning of being passionately dispassionate. It can all be destroyed. Don't worry about destroying it. It is anyway useless. Don't bother about it. It is not of much value. Destroy it. Yeah? Your name, your fame, your money, your power, your position. It's of no value, he's saying. Destroy it. Good. Chapter is clear. Be passionately dispassionate. All of it is trash. Throw it into the trash bin.